On 7:30, it's Wednesday morning. The government is facing increasing pressure over plans to reopen primary schools in England from next month.
11 councils which oversee education in England have now joined teaching unions to express opposition and concerns about safety. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. But first of all, we're joined now by Justice Secretary. England have now joined teaching unions to express opposition and concerns about safety. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. But first of all, we're joined now by Justice Secretary. 9,000 jobs worldwide going from Rolls-Royce. How concerned are you by news like that?
Speaking to the man himself, Captain Sir Thomas More, as we now need to call him, just after 8 o'clock this morning. But right now, we're going to catch up with Sally. Sal, what have you got for us today? Speaking to the man himself, Captain Sir Thomas More, as we now need to call him, just after 8 o'clock this morning. But right now, we're going to catch up with Sally. Sal, what have you got for us today? 7:45 this morning. If you just switched on your TV, we'll be speaking to Captain Sir Tom Moore just after 8 o'clock this morning. What's got to...
If you haven't realised, he has been knighted, or is going to be knighted, basically. Last night, 10:30, that great news.
We've spoken to his family already, but we're speaking to the man himself just after 8. And Sean is also with us this morning. Sean, good morning to you. Some Marks and Spencer's news, but also, I'm sure, touching on the breaking news we had in the last sort of half hour about those jobs going at Rolls-Royce.
Well, yeah, so...
They're made to make decisions, but perhaps they don't want to. They are all consulted, aren't they?
One, isn't it? For many people who'll be watching this morning and might be thinking about having that conversation themselves with their families.
This morning.
Really interesting, yeah.
Just to let you know details as well, this new law applies to England only. Wales switched to an opt-out system back in 2015 and now has the highest consent rate of all the UK nations. And
Scotland is expected to follow suit next spring, but Northern Ireland Assembly decided not to make any changes when organ donation was discussed back in 2016. So that's the picture across the UK this morning.
We'll have the headlines in about 3 minutes or so before all of that.
A special nomination came from the Prime Minister.
He walked 100 laps of his garden in time for his 100th birthday last month and in the process raised almost £40 million. Breakfast, John Maguire. Even an honorary member of the England team, we know, and Sir Andrew Strauss has some advice for a fellow cricketer receiving a knighthood. Here's his message.
Would like to give a message to Sir Tom live. Hannah will be able to relay it, and hopefully you can have some sort of conversation together. So, Sir, it's a simple idea.
Simple, but it took every morning.
Let's get started and make some lentil soup and be...
And today, somewhere could get 28 or 29. That is definitely Scorchio territory.
Nice to hear.
Bikini time. Thank you.
Well, you've gone right out there.
As many European countries begin to ease their lockdown measures, many of us are wondering if holidays, we might not need them abroad right now, might be able to resume this summer.
Later today, the Greek Prime Minister will set out his plans for return to tourism in that country. So could visitors expect to be returning to Greece at some stage? Elena Segeva is spending your time well and sort of catching up with some things maybe you wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. And in terms of this quiz, Alison...
And thank you very much indeed. Enjoy the quiz. I hope it goes well. I'm sure it will. Thank you so much. Good to speak.
Thank you, Alison.
Take care.
As we've been hearing this morning, the achievements of Captain Sir Tom Moore are being recognised with an incredible honour and knighthood.
So Tom's aspiration was to raise £1,000 for NHS charities by walking 100 laps of his garden before his 100th birthday. His ambition touched millions. His story was broadcast in homes around the world.
He said he's having a Joan Collins to celebrate. Gin, lemon juice, sugar syrup and carbonated water. Enjoy. We'll finish the programme with a special congratulations from everybody at BBC Breakfast. See you tomorrow.